Well, as the saying goes, if you do the crime, you gotta do the time. And well, we're doing the time. If you guys aren't subscribed, just a day ago we dropped a bombshell of a video showcasing frame by frame the leaked footage of the new Verdansk map, or actually lack thereof. So today I want to resurface some of those topics. If you guys obviously haven't seen the channel, that video disappeared, and I'm sure you can guess what happened. As a preface, it was obviously very much well deserved. We knew what we were doing heading into the creation and publishing of that video, but boy oh boy was it exhilarating to seeing that video pop off and hearing the community's feedback on what they thought about this leaked footage. As always, before we do dig into today's video, I would appreciate it if you show us some love by smacking that like button, hitting the bell notification icon, and if you really want to join the fam, subscribe. So, let's start from the basics. If you guys haven't been on your socials all week, how did this leak happen? Well, it occurred via a leaked commercial. And the reason I say a leaked commercial is because if you guys haven't seen it, I'll try my best to put a link down below via the description. There were some really big artists, including Young Thug and Jack Harlow, but the biggest problem there is the commercial was obviously not finished. The transitions were all wonky, you could see green screens, so it was very much in the early development, so it was at least another week or two away from it being polished and ready to go in time for the new update later this month in April, and that's something we'll talk about. So that's kind of how that leak occurred. It looks like as it was being parsed from one department to the next in the creation of that trailer, someone took it upon themselves to leak it. So suffice to say, someone's getting sued, someone's getting fired, some crazy stuff has to be happening over at Activision because the whole thing has been spoiled. So that's how the leak happened. So more importantly, with that leak, we got footage of the new Verdansk map, or actually lack thereof. So for those who haven't been playing Warzone as of recent, the zombies are invading points of interest. They originally came in via Season 2 on a ship, where they then migrated over to the prison. They then went downtown, so they're migrating from one location to the next. And as of April 2nd, they're currently at TV station as apparent via the footage in the background. And eventually, later this month, the threat level will have exceeded 100%. And at that point, nukes will obliterate Verdansk, and instead of creating a new map, which I think the community all kind of expected, we're going back to the 1980s. So instead of getting a new map, we're getting a reskin of Verdansk. Now, albeit there are a few new locations that we got to see in that leaked trailer, including the removal of dam and a bridge connecting those two mountains, and a new underground area, or an underground shaft with railroads. And while we did get to see the new locations, there were a few reskinned areas that we got to see as well, including the new stadium. So while the stadium is still very much there, of course, back in the 1980s, it's a much more tuned down version. So it's much more open, it's much more privy to people being able to shoot you from far distances. So it's definitely going to be much more risky dropping in places like stadium. The downtown has been reskinned to kind of look more like a business district as opposed to everything being boarded up and sealed up and looking like a ghost town. So it's not to say that I absolutely hate the whole idea of a 1980s themed Verdansk, but I gotta admit, I am a little disappointed. And based off of the community feedback that we received in the last video, and hopefully this video as well, I think I can speak for a lot of people in that we all are somewhat disappointed. I think the community all wanted a new map. You know, Warzone is fantastic, but Verdansk is getting a little old, and I wouldn't mind, you know, seeing the new map, some new meta, as we fast approach the latter half of 2021. As we wrap up the video, one other topic is when can we expect to see the 1980s themed Verdansk? So in conjunction with the leaked commercial, there were reports that at the end of April, we will see the new map around the 21st and or 22nd of April, right? So as the threat level gets to 100, the nukes are going to drop. It's going to send us back in time around that time frame. So guys, that is today's video. Again, to reiterate, down below via the description, I will do my absolute damnedest to keep that up to date with relevant links and articles so you guys can go find the trailer and kind of dissect it yourself until something official is announced. I'll try to keep that up to date for you guys to save you some time and hassle of having to read through clickbait articles. So thanks as always, guys, and until next time, peace.